Hey there, everybody. It's the Hump Day edition here of Winning Bets. Appreciate you guys kicking off another day with us here, kicking off your Wednesday with us here in style. Grab your breakfast. Let's talk our sports and talk our sports betting as well. We got to get to the action early because there's some day games. There's a double header as well. 16 games in all we need to go ahead and break down. But before we do that, we'll, of course, make sure we go ahead and get to the recap of yesterday where, once again, yes, sir, we'll go ahead and ring that cash register at their 4-2 day plus 2.41 units. Yeah, hit that like button if you were a part of yesterday's cash. 6 bets in all. If you found yourself some winners, hit that like button and let me know. It was one of those days where some people like player props. Some people don't like player props. Some people like game props. Well, the player props go 0-2, and the game props go 4-0 yesterday. Woods Richardson under 3.5 Ks, missed that one on the hook. He goes 5 innings, but unfortunately for us, picks up 4 strikeouts. Ben Brown under 5.5 Ks. Not only did he soar over 5.5 Ks, but he almost threw him a no-hitter. Well, he did throw a no-hitter, to be fair. He just got pulled due to his pitch count, so he couldn't quite complete it. So he had unhittable stuff. He was absolutely electric. He did get some help there by Cody Bellinger, robbing a home run to preserve his no-hitter, but he was absolutely dynamite yesterday, and he sails over 5.5 Ks. But then we get to the game props, and that's where we picked up some steam, picked up some wins, and obviously turned our day into profit. It's fun when you're sitting there, and obviously it's not fun going 0-2, but then you get to the nightcap and you go win, 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 win. You can run off 4 straight winners. Like, that's just a really good, fun feeling. Blue Jays F17 total over 3.5. We, of course, don't have the Mike Clevenger in this recap because he had right elbow inflammation. He hit the DL before that. So they pulled up a kid from the minors, and hell, he's no better than anything else that the White Sox have in the majors. He got beat up a little bit, but then we eventually got that 4th run in the 6th inning, bases loaded situation, no outs, and a sac fly came through for us to give us the good cash there in the 6th inning. Astros F15 total over 1.5. They scored 2 runs in the game. They get them both in the first 5. I think it was the 4th inning. Alex Bregman, 2-run home run. He's been doing really good lately, swinging a hot bat, getting some home runs. And then the runs dried up. I mean, while the Mariners bullpen is suspect and certainly well behind the 8 ball, in the Astros, it's hard to hit a guy when you only see him for an inning. You want to make bets where, you kind of see a pitcher for a fair amount of time. And obviously they were able to get the necessary runs off Luis Castillo to give us a good cash. How about the best bet of the day? And how about, again, the best bet of the day comes in at plus money at plus 108. Yankees, Angels, F5 over 4.5. We get just enough help from the Angels as they get a 2-run home run the first inning. And then the Yankees take care of business in the top of the 5th, getting that 3rd run to trip us up over 4.5. Got a Juan Soto home run the first inning. I think they tacked one on. Was it like the 2nd or 3rd? Either way, both pitchers were absolutely grinding through their respective games. Neither pitcher was able to cash their over on their outs prop. Good work by both of those offenses. 2 offenses that are really hot right now versus that respective handedness. And we get a great plus money cash on our best bet of the day. Best bet of the day for me, though, I mean, it wasn't technically the best bet of the day. That was Yankees Angels. The best bet is Athletics money line plus 155. Go ahead and pat yourself on the back and hit that like button if you cash that one. If you played the Rays, I don't know what the hell to tell you. I have no idea what to tell you if you went ahead and played the Rays yesterday. You like backing the worst team in offense? They almost got no hit in that goddamn game. I know I kept looking at the box score. While the Athletics weren't scoring, the Rays weren't even getting hits. Well, of course they weren't getting hits. The worst team in baseball right now for right-handers. Below the Mendoza line. It dropped, obviously, further below the Mendoza line again today. We'll, of course, talk about this on payoff pitch, whether it's in the menu rundown or maybe rapid fire. See if we're going to back the Athletics again today. But Athletics, money line, plus 155. And that was also the DraftKings early 2 promo. So if you use that one on the Athletics, you, of course, got the win yesterday. That one felt good. That one felt really good. Love swinging for those big dogs. We actually did good yesterday on the dogs. Remember, Red Sox plus 160. Of course, the Athletics are plus 155. Cardinals were about plus 115. And then the Angels were about plus 160 up against the Yankees. So hit 4 big dogs yesterday in rapid fire, and that felt really good. Hopefully you guys put some money on those as well. Rapid fire went 6-6 yesterday, but hitting 4 big dogs, yeah, he turned a good profit. We turned a profit here, plus 2.41 units. Arbitrage, we of course made some money yesterday on arbitrage and MLB season year-to-date numbers. Whew, fire. up almost 30 units to the good so far this season. We'll see if we can't get up over 30 units with today's winners as well. All right, what's going on there, fellas? What's lacking on this great Wednesday? Yeah, hump day, baby. Hump day. Nick, back again. Nick's always bringing the energy in the comments. You know what I mean? He's ready to go. He's ready to get after it. Carlos isn't far behind him. He's always fired up, ready to get it. Let's go. Let's go, boys. Nick, Carlos, what's your best bet today? Best bet today. My best bet, again, is at plus money. Just like Friday's winner was, just like yesterday's winner was, today's bet is also at plus money. I got 6 bets on the card, and 5 of them are actually at plus money. Yeah. 5 of them are at plus money. That's how we do around here. Corey, back to work. Vacation's over. All right. Well, hopefully you had a nice graduation there with your son. Back to the daily grind at work. Yeah, I hear you there, man. I hear you hit McKenzie. Oh, Tristan McKenzie of the Guardians. Tristan McKenzie of the Guardians over 4.5Ks. I saw that as a pretty popular play yesterday. It was floating around there by a handful of people yesterday. He gets through the Guardians, and you hit 6+ Ks yesterday. What are you doing with Paul Skeens today? You climbing that ladder? Climbing that ladder? Be careful. Remember, we gave you caution against the Giants because they weren't striking out a lot at that time. I think it was, I can't remember what it was, but he only got like 3 or so Ks. The Tigers actually aren't striking out a lot right now also versus right-handers. So be a little careful if you feel the need to climb that ladder again today. You also parlayed over 4.5 runs in the Yankees Angels with Soto and Judge hits for plus 266. Well, Soto hit the bomb, and Judge, I think he got a hit single in his first at bat. So Corey coming up with some fire wins yesterday. Corey, you like Sanchez under 17.5 outs. Well, one of my official plays is the F5 over in that game because not only do the Giants hit left-handers, probably why you're thinking you like Christopher Sanchez under 17.5 outs, the Phillies also hit left-handers as well. So it's one of those kind of like Yankees, Angels. I don't know who's going to do the damage and get us over. I think both will contribute, but I also think one could, kind of do the work all on their own. I went for the F5 over. If you want to fade each pitcher, yeah, they should both struggle. I think neither one probably gets out of the 6th inning. So I think that's a good play. I think that's a good play there, Nick. Nothing wrong with that one. Let's go ahead and break down this slate. Let's head on over the payoff pitch and talk 16 games of baseball. It starts right now. Welcome on into the payoff pitch. It's a daily MLB preview. Here to preview every single game on the MLB slate. Menu there on your left-hand side. I'll walk you through some game props, some pitching props, some hitting props. What about the Nerfy of the day? Nerfy of the day yesterday, Cash had a good plus 105 Cash. We'll see if we can't run back another Nerfy day. Best bet of the day, 6 in a row on the best bets. Oh, that's the kind of run we're on right there. What about the double play? I'm going to give you a parlay today. Yesterday's parlay, Cash, Blue Jays and Padres on the moneyline parlay. Let's see what we got go ahead and cooked up today. And then if there's a game that maybe you're interested in, you can always drop in the comments section and say, hey, man, there's that, that game, Nationals Braves. I really want to know who the hell is Spencer Schwallenbach? I want to know who he is. Drop that down in the comment section. I'll let you know who it is. And then we'll talk every single game in rapid fire from money line, run line, and over-under perspective. And make sure you hang around to the end of the show because I'm going to talk a lot of stuff, but that doesn't mean all that shit's going to be on the card. You want to know which stuff actually makes the card. You need to hang around until the end of the show. Let's go ahead and kick it off here. Quick hits. That's the first inning. Let's just stay hot. I don't know. What do you want to think? Let's just stay hot, boys. God damn, we're on. Just a heater. I love baseball. I love the daily grind. I love handicapping baseball. I love betting the volume that you get. Just love everything about baseball. So let's just keep it rolling, boys. Let's go ahead and do around the bases. Take a couple of games and break them down. Apparently, I was a little bit too lazy for my notes. Let's go ahead and do Royals, Twins. I'm just going to go for the F5 money line here. Just going to avoid the Royals on that bullpen where you kind of lose your advantages. But you get your advantages there from a starting pitching. Seth Lugo, God damn, what a roll Seth Lugo is on. And people are always talking about, you'll see people like justify a pick. They're like, this guy's due for regression. Huh? I mean, we're talking dude's been pitching for 2 months. Obviously, he figures some shit out in the offseason. The guy's vastly improved. Maybe there's a regression. I don't know. But is there going to be a regression against a team that is only hitting 208, only slugging 366, and they have a 95 weighted runs created? You compare that to this Royals offense. They hit 256, 392 slugging, and a 727 OPS, and their weighted runs created is 104. I'm going to go ahead and back by far the better pitcher between Seth Lugo versus Bailey Over. And, of course, I'm going to back the better offense. The Royals' offense is much better than the Minnesota Twins. And, of course, we don't want a piece of the bullpen disadvantages, so we'll just stick to the F5 money line. Royals F5 money line comes in at plus 105. Let's go ahead and talk Guardians or Rockies. I know this one was on your mind. You were dying for some Guardians versus Rockies analysis, weren't you, today? 2 left-handers on the mound. And Logan Allen versus Ty Blotch. Go look up their stats. Ty Blotch actually edges him out across the board. It's marginal. I hear you. We're not talking big advantages, but, go across the line. He does it better than Logan Allen. And then if I'm going to get the better starter and get the better offense, yeah, sign me up for a bet right there. It's going to be the F5 money line. It's not big advantages, but I get a better batting average. I get 260 up against your 243. I'm bringing more power to the plate at 479 versus 677. Weighted runs created 122. And so I get the better offense. I get the better starter. Again, we're talking tight margins, tight margins, but they're going to go ahead and give me the option to push, and they're going to give me plus 120. It's just not right. You can't do that. You can't give me the better offense and the better starter and give me the plus money side of that bet. Now, of course, we know this Guardians bullpen, and especially compared to this Rockies bullpen that is atrocious. Do not do anything full game related with those Rockies. Do they have any good arms in that bullpen? Do they have any high leverage guys in that bullpen? I don't know. I'm not willing to find out. I want to get paid after the first inning, so it's a no-brainer. Better offense, better starter. Give me the Rockies F5 money line at plus 120. And circle back to that Royals game for half a minute. I meant to mention, if you do play DraftKings and you do get the early 2 promo, go ahead and use it on the Royals today. Much bigger hitting advantages, much bigger starting pitching advantages. Like if you're just comparing the Rockies to the Royals, your advantages are much bigger in that Royals-Twins game. Put your early 2 promo on the Royals. Royals will be your early 2 candidate. Let's shut up now. And how about we pitch? We like to give away some pitching props, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's do George Kirby of the Mariners under 5.5 Ks. George Kirby under 5.5 Ks. He already faced the Astros on May the 3rd. He only got 3 Ks. He faced the Astros 2 times in 2023. Cash. He had 3 and 4 Ks. You go look up a Swish Analytics. We've talked about that. I've even got that in the video description. And obviously with a cash on May 3rd and 2 cashes and 2 starts last season versus the Astros, no surprising when you look up the numbers of Astros productivity up against George Kirby. You get some, obviously you're going to get some good batting average in there, but you're just not going to get the strikeouts from these guys. So you love to see that right there. The question is that if you're thinking, the Astros obviously still have a good offense versus right-handers. There's certainly nothing to sneeze at. They weren't ultra productive yesterday, but comparing them to the top of the league, they're still top 3 across the board with their average and their slugging and their weighted runs created. Just because they're only able to scrape out 2 runs, they still remain up there. So why are we going to pivot from the F5 team total to the strikeouts? Just compare Kirby to Luis Castillo, and that's where my decision was lied right here. I still wanted a piece of this Astros offense. We're going to ride hot teams. We'll even ride cold teams, obviously, with the fade, but we hot teams we want to ride from a tailing perspective. Kirby, when you're comparing to Luis Castillo, his K per 9 is less than Luis Castillo, 9.5 versus 8.2. Luis Castillo did get 6 strikeouts yesterday. He went 6 innings, but the numbers tell you George Kirby is going to get more than 1 less strikeout per inning than Luis Castillo. Take the history aside, right? Cashed earlier in May, cashed 2 of 2 last year. Just look at Kirby versus Castillo. He's going to do for 1 less strikeout. 1 less strikeout is going to give us a cash, folks. George Kirby's got a better whip and opponent's batting average than Luis Castillo. So that's another reason to come off the F5 team total. They shouldn't be stringing hits together up against George Kirby as they did against Luis Castillo. You get the walk and the home run. Kirby's whip is under 1. He says he's not going to walk a batter and give up a 2-run home run to Alex Bregman. His whip is better. His opponent's batting average is better than Luis Castillo. And then to go along with the home run theory, Kirby has given up less home runs runs on the year than Luis Castillo. It was a no-brainer pivot to come off of the F5 team total and pivot to the strikeout under for George Kirby. So that's what we'll go ahead and do. George Kirby under 5.5 Ks. Another one here, Joey Estes. Joey Estes. He's a pitcher of the Athletics. Over 15.5 outs. Should I just regurgitate all those numbers yesterday about how the Rays are the league worse? Did you bet the Rays yesterday? Did you burn your cash? Did you not listen to what I said? Hopefully I just talked you off of the Rays, even if you to get on the Athletics. Like, that's my goal here. I'm just trying to help you. And if you didn't join me on the Athletics, okay. Hopefully I got you off of the Rays. Don't bet the Rays today. Why are you putting your money behind the league worst team in baseball? And yeah, Joey Estes doesn't have a great hit prop on this one, but he's done it so far this season. And why can't he do it against the league worst team versus right-handers? They're only asking you to pay minus 120 to get one out in the 6th inning. I think Joey Estes can do it. So I thought I was going to try and bet this game. And at the end of the day, Joey Estes' ERA is over 7. So that's what's getting me off of, a long shot. The dude's ERA is ugly. It's 7.47, I recall. It's a little scary. After a good opening start against, the Mariners, it's been kind of just poo-poo on a stick from him. But the Rays are the worst team, folks. Joey Estes over 15.5 outs. 4th inning, long shot. I'd like to go ahead and find you a dog yesterday. I mentioned we were good yesterday on our dogs. Getting those Red Sox, getting those Athletics, getting those Cardinals, and getting those Angels. Let's see if we can't find one today. I apparently forgot to do that in my notes, which is a shame because I jumped on Twitter Live because I thought all my notes were done. So I was like, oh, let's go on Twitter Live and hang out. Let's see what dog we got today. It's hard not to I know one that pops out is the Red Sox again. I mean, it's carbon copy analysis from yesterday, and Cutter Crawford is all but just as good as Corbin Burns. Go look up their numbers. Both ERAs are like 2.4. Both whips are under 1. I mean, Cutter Crawford is every bit of equal as Corbin Burns. Corbin Burns a little bit more of a name recognition, but Cutter Crawford's right there. You're getting the better offensive numbers. Red Sox plus 160 is a good dog. Let's see. Royals again is a good dog, but just why back that bullpen? I don't need to back that bullpen. That sounds crazy. Let's see if we can find one better than the Red Sox. Let's see. My apologies. I thought I had this done. No, I don't think so. How the hell did the Dodgers just become minus 110? We were just on Twitter and it was minus 130. What? Jesus Christ. You saw that Mets bullpen again implode yesterday in game 1. I don't get that. Yeah, it's going to be the Red Sox. Red Sox is going to be the dog of the day. Red Sox, dog of the day. I don't need to talk about it. Talked about it yesterday. Everybody knows the analysis from that game. You're getting the better offense. You're getting better bullpen. I mean, it's all tight. It's all tight. That's why you can't do plus 160. That was another game yesterday. I tried to talk you off of the Orioles. No way you're paying me damn near minus 200 for basically even Stevens stats. There's no chance in hell you're going to go ahead and do that. Or at least, I'm not going to go ahead and do that. I don't know what the hell you're going to do, but I'm not going to do that. Give me the Red Sox today as a dog of the day at plus 160. Let's go ahead and find some hitting stats for you here and keep swinging. Bobby Witt Jr., he really likes to face Bailey Ober, 7 for 13, 2 triples and a home run. Ian Happ, he also likes to go ahead and face Bryce Wilson. He's 5 for 12, a K and 2 doubles. And J.D. Martinez is 10 for 22 up against James Paxton, and he's just straight bringing power to the plate. 2 doubles, a triple, 2 home runs. Look for J.D. Martinez to have a good day on that lefty on righty matchup up against James Paxton. 6th inning, it's a steal. Nerfy of the day. Hit that like button if you cashed the plus 105 Nerfy yesterday between the Red Sox and the Cardinals. Tried like hell to bet the Athletics versus Rays. I'm going to do it here on the Nerfy of the day at minus 130. 4th best team in the Nerfy at 82% is the Athletics. 15th best for the Rays at 73%. We talked about the Rays hitting league worst at .165. It obviously fell from yesterday. What was it? 190 something yesterday. I think it was 197 If I'm recalling correctly, it's 165 now. Athletics are 246, but you're getting Pepio or whatever the hell his name is. He's pretty good. Again, Estes, not great from an ERA standpoint, but shit, I mean, worst team in baseball right now is the Tampa Bay Rays. So I'll take the Nerfy of the day. Athletics, Rays, it's minus 130. I'm curious actually what people are betting on that. I'm curious that price. That is minus 125. Great. People are fading me. Good luck with that. Coming to a stretch. 7th inning. That's what I like to do here. It gives you my best bet of the day. Best bet of the day on Friday was plus money. Best bet yesterday was at plus money. Let's do that again. Best bet plus money, even money. Brewers F3 team total under 0.5. Let's talk about the Brewers versus left-handers. I ain't doing anything versus left-handers. They're hitting 179, slugging 268, 538 OPS, weighted runs created 60. All those numbers are bad. We know that. We've sat here for 2 months. Those are awful numbers. Awful. And then they're facing up against Shoto. You want to know his hit rate on this prop? How about every start but one? It's like, damn, he got tripped up in one start. He didn't get tripped up. There was an error in the 2nd inning, and they were able to score in the 2nd. You can't give any team in baseball an extra out. He was given an extra out, and they beat one. Otherwise, literally no shit. This dude has not given up a run through the first 3 innings to any other team in Major League Baseball. You may have heard of him by now because he should be winning the NL Cy Young race due to odds. I would have to go look him up, but I mean, the ERA's under 1, the WHIP's under 1. If anybody's got better odds to win the Cy Young other than Shoto, I don't know what the hell. You can go ahead and put your little future cash on Shoto to beat a Cy Young. This guy is absolutely electric. He's obviously tough to figure out. He's obviously new to the league, so nobody knows the repertoire, delivery, all of this shit is obviously tough to get a handle on. Cash in every start but one. Brewers F3 team total under 0.5 is going to go ahead and be your best bet of the day. 8th inning parlay me. Got a good parlay yesterday between the Blue Jays and the Padres. See if we can't do that again today. Let's go ahead and pull up some odds here and look at it. I like Pirates in game 2 at minus 142. That was minus 148 when we were on Twitter. And Kadir Montero, we looked him up when we were on Twitter. He's like, his numbers are awful. His last 3 starts in the minors were awful. And then obviously Paul Skeens is, Paul Skeens. And yeah, he's, you may have heard of him. Maybe you haven't. I would parlay him with the Dodgers at minus 110, actually. I'm going to go see if we can find a better one now. Apparently I didn't do this one either. Yeah, I like Pirates in game 2. Dodgers over the Mets. Plus 225. I'm fully comfortable with that. Dodgers hit left-handers better. The little bit unknown here is David Peterson. Obviously hasn't pitched this season. I didn't go look him up to see, was it demoted? Was it an injury? All I know is season debut. You don't really quite know what you're going to get, but the Dodgers are hitting left-handers better. The Dodgers have a far superior bullpen than what the Mets are doing right now. So Dodgers minus 110, I like that. In terms of Pirates-Tigers, the Pirates hit right-handers better, so they should have an advantage when they're starting pitching. Bullpen-wise, Pirates' bullpen actually grades out a little bit better, too. It's even in a couple categories, but then they're better in ERA and FIP. The ones that they're even on, I literally mean they're even. It's zero. It's a tenth of a decimal point better are the Pirates, so it's even. But they do have better advantages in ERA and FIP, and actually home runs per inning. Or no, that one was even too. That was 1.7 versus 1.7 as well. So, but I'll take Paul Skeens over some dude who's getting the shit kicked in at the minors all day long. So Pirates, Dodgers, that's your parlay of the day at plus 225. Let's throw up the official bets. Let's catch the comment section, and then let's hit this thing in rapid fire. See if we can't find us some more winners up in there. Manoah pitching for Toronto equals over 8.5 runs. You know what? That's a touch of a false narrative, if I'm recalling. I went off the top of my head, and obviously I'm just, you can see on the official bet, I'm not providing any analysis on Blue Jays because that's just me regurgitating the same information as yesterday, and what the hell's the point of that? But I thought Manoah was on a little bit of a roll. I'll tell you why you should be a little bit nervous for that bet. I think he's on a little bit of a roll, if I'm not recalling correctly. Oh, so he was touched up in his last start against the Tigers. Okay, but otherwise, shit. Two good middle starts. Either way, the reason I was a little concerned about that is the White Sox. Awful. 202 hitting. Only slugging 280. Weighted runs created of 63. It's not as bad as the Rays, but it goes Rays, Cubs, White Sox as your bottom 3 teams right now versus right-handers. I hear you though. White Sox bullpen is shit. You know, it's bad. White Sox bullpen is bad for sure. That's why we're going with the F7, because if we haven't cashed it, yeah, I certainly want that bullpen. It worked out for us yesterday doing that. Did you see the relievers that came in for the White Sox that got us the cash in the 6th inning? It was awful. Those guys were fucking terrible. So I hear you. It's not a terrible 8.5. It's not bad. It's not bad. Not bad, but I just, when you start talking like league worst or bottom 3, it's just hard for me to get my money in terms of a tailing perspective. And if you're going to hit an over, you generally need, you kind of need 2 teams that contribute to hit an over, generally speaking. You would have needed that yesterday, although they did get 2 runs and it cashed on the hook. So I hear you. It's not bad, man. It's not bad. Fish, what'd you do? You went 5 of 6 yesterday in your leads. Let's go, Fish. Let's go. Let's go. Actually, no. 6 of 7. Let's go, Fish. Actually, 6 of 7. Let's go. 6 of 7. God, you had yourself a night, Fish. You had yourself a night. Yes. Have yourself a night, man. Going 6 of 7. Let's go. Beat my 4 and 2 out. Let's go. Let's go. I have a lot more bets than those 6. But, yeah. I don't know how many times you guys have withdrawn money out of your sports books, but if you've been tailing me and you haven't withdrawn, I mean, in the last month, across all my sports books, I've withdrawn from each book probably 3 times out of each one. And I'm just like, give me those hundreds of dollars. Hopefully you guys are doing that. You guys know how sports betting ebbs and flows. So just remember to, pull a little bit out. But hell of a day, Fish. Hell of a day. I'm going to go ahead and ride with Kirby under 5.5 Ks. Best bet of the day is Brewers F3 team total to not score at even money. Phillies and Giants F5 over 4.5 at plus 105. Blue Jays F17 total over 3.5. Royals F5 money line. Rockies F5 money line as well. I think the only one I didn't justify was Phillies Giants is the only one we didn't touch on. 2 teams that are just hitting left-handers. Both of them comfortably in the top 10 versus left-handers. 2 starting pitchers. Their ERAs were like 4s. Their whips were like 1.4 if I'm recalling correctly. But really just going for, good offenses. Again, both of them bringing a shit ton of power to the plate. Good batting averages at 278 and 267, but lots of power. Both of them slug 533. The OPSs are 870 and 908, and the weighted runs created is 148 and 155. Like, yes, good offenses, consistently stringing hits together and bringing a ton of power to the plate. Yeah, that's a no-brainer bet. Plus money bet too. Ooh, love that one right there. Give me the over 4.5 between the Phillies and Giants through the first 5. All right, let's go ahead and catch everything. There was a game you were interested in. I'm about to cover it right now in rapid fire. So let's get to it, boys. Let's kick it off. We've got a baseball game starting in, what's that time? About an hour. Pirates and Tigers over under of 6.5. That was 7 yesterday when we were hanging out. 7. Plus 124 for the Pirates. Tigers minus 148. I just want the over. Of course I want the over. I mean, you got ERA 9.09. ERA 7.36. FIP 5.4, 5.1. Opponent's batting average 286, 287. Who the hell is taking an under in this game? Who's taking an under in this game? Hitting's okay. Pirates are okay versus left-handers, and Tigers are okay versus right-handers. They're both about league average. It's over 6.5. No-brainer play. Cardinals and Reds with an over-under of 9.5. Cardinals plus 102. Reds minus 122. Bullpen day here for the Cardinals, unless they have somebody on their roster that I'm unaware of that's going to go 6 innings. Otherwise, it's going to be a glorified bullpen day for them. Up against Frankie Montas. I would go back to the same analysis as yesterday. You're either taking a chance on the Cardinals or you're not betting the Reds. What we said yesterday. I mean, you could make a case because the Reds' bullpen is good, but at the end of the day, I said in rapid fire, you either bet the Cardinals or you stay away. It's the same thing as yesterday. You're going to either take a stab on the Cardinals or just stay away. And I like that the Cardinals are throwing a bullpen day. We know how that shit is hard to hit. See a guy for an inning, 2 innings. You don't get 2 looks. By the time your turn comes around, he's out of the game, even if he goes 2 innings. You won't see him a second time. You're trying to figure out a new pitcher. Cardinals, money line, plus 102. Massive hitting advantages, the same hitting advantages we talked about yesterday. They're still there today when you're talking about two right-handers on the mound. Diamondbacks and Rangers over under of 9. Diamondbacks plus 114. Rangers minus 135. This is one yesterday where you can say I gave out the wrong pick, but we also didn't know who the starting pitching was for the Rangers, and then they ended up throwing Eovaldi, which, obviously coming off the DL, he good, quite frankly speaking. So I think I personally get a little bit of a pass on that one because we talked about it. There was no starter when we were hanging out doing the show yesterday. Now you get Dane Dunning up against Ryan Nelson. The stats still like the Diamondbacks from a hitting standpoint. Stats still like the bullpen for the Diamondbacks as well. So, man, Ryan Nelson's so bad. Damn, he's so bad. I'm going Diamondbacks plus 114. Give me Diamondbacks at plus 114. Pirates and Tigers over under of 7.5. Ooh, this one gets bumped up a run. Why does this one get bumped up a run? Like literally, why does this one get bumped up a run? You guys like Jared Jones and Tarek Skubal? I mean, yeah, they're good, but the bullpens are saying where the runs are going to come in. Anyways, Pirates minus 142. Paul Skeens is on the mound. Kadir Montero has been crushed in the minors his last 3 starts. Can't imagine he does better against major league hitters. Pirates minus 142. Yeah, you don't get any bullpen advantages, but I bet the F5 is juicy as all get out. Yeah, it's minus 175. The run line's actually minus 115. There you go. Pirates on the run line through the first 5 innings. Shit, I should add that to the card. I don't really like double headers. Actually, stay with me on Twitter. Actually, you don't need to stay on Twitter because if I'm going to isolate the bullpen, I don't give a shit what the bullpens do in game 1. Actually, I may add that to the card. What does Odds Trader got? See if we can find a better. I may add that. This guy, Kadir Montero, we looked him up on Twitter. Literally, he's been getting shit. He's been getting rocked. I'm going to see if we can get maybe a better price on that. I may add that. Pirates F5. Because I think I get right-handed hitting, if I recall from the notes. Yeah. I get right-handed hitting advantages. Yeah, I get right-handed hitting advantages. All right. That doesn't make any goddamn sense. Minus 115. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I'll take this minus 115 on DraftKings. And I'm going to isolate the bullpen so I don't care about game 1. Yeah. Let's just double check. I'm thinking about adding this to the card. So give me half a second. Yeah, that's getting added on the card. I'll put it here in the chat. That's getting added on the card. Yeah. Isolate the bullpen. Pick the better starter by far. Take the better offense. Yeah, that's my handicapping to a T. So yeah, that's an official play. I haven't bought it yet, but I'll buy it when the show's over. Phillies and Giants with an over-under of 7.5. Phillies minus 135. Giants plus 114. Yeah, I'm on the over. I'm on the F5 over, so time me up for a full game over. If I had to take a winner, I don't know, because the Giants bullpen is there with the Phillies. It's not missing it by much. That's a tough one. I just take the over in that. Just take the over. Marlins and Padres with an over-under of 7. Marlins plus 154. Padres minus 185. I like Padres run line here at plus money at this plus 120 price. You're getting the better offense if we're going to compare the left and the right-handedness. We talked about this Padres bullpen. We talked about them yesterday when we put them in our double play. It's the number 1 in baseball right now. It's number 1. His numbers are elite. Opponent's batting average is 129. Whip well under 1, number 1 also in the league. ERA of 1.3 is second best in the MLB. So the second best ERA, first in whip, first in opponent's batting average, and they're bringing the better hitting stats. Padres run line plus 120. Dodgers and Mets over under of 8.5. Dodgers minus 112. Mets minus 108. A little bit of the unknown here with David Peterson, but I'll take the better offense. I'll take the better bullpen. It's Dodgers minus 112. Shit, now it's minus 1. That was just minus 130. Nothing's changed, right? Yeah, I'm not going to bet it because I don't know David Peterson in terms of what you can expect. I mean, I know him, but in terms of like this season, with it being his debut, okay, I'll lay off of it. But that Dodgers minus 112. I think we did bet it when we were on Twitter Live, didn't we? I think I did. It was minus 130. I bet it. I'm pretty sure that was one of the ones we bet when we were on Twitter. Yeah. Red Sox and Orioles over under 07. Red Sox plus 160. Orioles minus 192. Same analysis as yesterday. You either take a swing at the Red Sox or you just lay off. Orioles at minus 192 are nowhere near justification of that price based on the stats. So Red Sox plus 160. Athletics and Rays, another one just like that. Carbon copy of yesterday. You're either taking a chance on the Athletics or you're going to stay away. I'll stay away. I got 2-unit hit plus $10 of my early 2. I'm comfortable. I got 2 great cashes yesterday. So, yeah, I don't need to force it. Nerfy of the day, Joey Estes over on his outs props. If you just want to fade the Rays and do Joey Estes, okay, I hear you. Yeah. But, yeah, just don't bet the Rays. don't make that mistake if you made that one yesterday. Nationals and Braves. Here's one we can talk about. Over under of 8.5 plus 130 for the Nationals. Braves minus 155. Braves don't hit left-handers. Braves don't have great numbers up against Gore. And then you look at Spencer Shawellenbach. How the hell you pronounce that name? This dude, when we looked him up on Twitter, his last 3 starts in the minor leagues, he hasn't even given up a run. And he's pitching deep into the games. It's the under 8.5 here. Good bullpens. Or decent enough bullpens. Both of them hovering around league average, but the hitting is really poor. The starting pitching, again, we don't know who the hell Spencer is, but just he's been pitching well, and the Nationals aren't hitting right-handers, so under 8.5 will be the play in that one. Cubs and Brewers over under of 7.5. Cubs minus 142. Brewers plus 120. Obviously, I mean, it's going to be hard to find the Brewers who are hitting well below the Mendoza line with no power and 60 weighted runs created doing much off Shoto. It's Cubs at minus 142. Blue Jays and White Sox, same thing as yesterday. Blue Jays run line, that cashed easy in a 7-2 game. You go right back to the well again. You want to do the over 8.5? I hear you. It's juice to the under. Here, let's see what Odds Trader has for the game. This to me is where like Blue Jays run line just feels safer than an over or an under. You're getting big time bullpen. They've got the game predicted at those numbers up 8.9. It's just, can you get help out of the White Sox? It's awful, man. It's below the Mendoza line and hitting. Or no, sorry, 202. Sorry, not quite below. 202. That's a tough one. Blue Jays run line. Royals and Twins. This is going to be your early 2 candidate. And with that, I like Royals on the full game money line. Of course, I'm going to avoid, your weakness of the Royals, which is the bullpen compared to the Twins. And I'll just do the F5. But for rapid fire, yeah, sure. I'll go ahead and take Royals for sure. Guardians and Rockies, kind of the same thing with Royals, right? I mean, are you back in the league worst bullpen? Royals aren't league worst. The Rockies are league worst. I'm just going to stick to, I get the better starter. I get the better offense. Not great margins, but at plus 120. And I'm getting the better starter based on the numbers. I'm getting the better offense based on the numbers. I have to take a stab at the F5 money line. But actually at plus 120, that's a no-brainer play. For rapid fire, I think I did say the under yesterday. That bit me in the ass. Didn't that go way over? That went way over, didn't it? It was 13-7. Yeah. Did the runs come late? How did the Rockies bullpen do in that game? Let's get a look here. So starter through 4 innings. So after the 4th inning, they got 3, 6, 9 runs against that bullpen. Holy shit. I mean, I hear you. It's the league worst bullpen. This is why you can't do anything with Rockies full game. Yeah, I guess I'll take the over. Shit, I got 9 runs yesterday against that bullpen. It's awful. I'm expecting there to be runs early from both teams, to be fair, but I'm expecting obviously more from the Rockies because of the pitching and starting pitching advantages. Yeah, I'll go full game over. Shit, why not? Yankees and Angels minus 198 for the Yankees. Angels plus 164. Over under of 8.5. Just like the Red Sox, Orioles, just like Yankees, Rays. Hopefully I was able to talk you off of the Yankees yesterday. If I didn't, I'll try again. Can I try again to talk you off the Yankees? I know you're going to put in the comment section, Luis Hill. Do you want me to go get you those left-handed hitting numbers from the Yankees? Because they're not good. They're only hitting 222 versus left-handers. They're slugging 259. That's poo-poo. Poo-poo on a stick. That's awful. Awful. There's no power in those bats, and they can't even string together hits. Hitting 222. You either just hit the Angels or you just stay off. And you even had Luke Weaver get tripped up yesterday. We talked about the bullpen, how the Angels had a much better bullpen comparatively. We talked about it. ERAs, if you didn't believe me, I'll give them to you again. ERA 3 versus 5.5. 5. FIP 4.7 versus 5.4. WHIP 1.1 versus 1.4. Opponent's batting average below the Mendoza line for the Angels at 198. And the Yankees are coming in at 253. You're either betting the Angels or you're staying off the Yankees. Don't. And I hear you, Hill. You guys have heard me speak glowingly about that kid. Best starter on that team. And we know the Angels actually hit. The Angels versus right-handers. I actually like the under in this game. That'll be the official rapid-fire play. Yeah, the Angels are actually scuffling in their own right versus right-handers. And then you add in Luis Hill, who's good. Now, their betters are numbered. Their numbers are better versus righties than the Yankees are versus lefties. Now, obviously, once we get to that Angels bullpen, if it's a right-hander, then the Yankees get some advantages back in their favor because they hit right-handers well from our play yesterday that cashed, our best bet of the day. But the Angels bullpen is good. You saw them shut down the Yankees late. I mean, these numbers, the Angels bullpen, it's top 10. Some of those are top 5 stats. It's good. It's really good. I'll take the under 8.5. I'll take scuffling offenses, one good bullpen, and one bullpen, I still trust. I'll take the under 8.5 because the offenses are scuffling enough. Under 8.5 is the play there in Angels Yankees. Under 8.5 is the rapid fire play. And then that hit yesterday too. Wasn't it a 4-3 game? It was a 4-3 game, wasn't it? They won 4-3 or what was it? Yeah, the under hit yesterday. Now, that's a little surprising but the over hit. But that's not too surprising because they got good bullpens. So we just got the runs early, and then it came in and locked it up late. Yeah, I could have seen that based on the stats. Give me the under 8.5. And then, I could almost add that to the card. What does Odd Trader got on that? I'm just curious. What do they think the game's going to be scored at? 4 versus 4.5. That is 8.5. That is on the number. Yeah, I don't need to add that. Astros and Mariners over under 7. Astros minus 108. Mariners minus 112. This is a slam dunk. Astros on the money line at minus 108. Offensive advantages in spades. Kirby Verlander. Whoever's better on their day, sure. But from a stats perspective, no real difference. And then the bullpen for the Astros is elite. It's absolutely elite right now. Humming up there right there with the Padres, just below them in the top 3 of Major League Baseball. So you're giving me big-time bullpen advantages, big-time hitting advantages. Astros, minus 108. Let me officially bet this Pirates play so I can actually say I put some money on it so it can be an official play. Of course, I'll slap a unit on it. All right, that's been done. That was game 2, right? Shit. Hold on. I don't think that was game 2. That's the game that starts. Oh, they're doing a straight doubleheader? Wait a second. What are we doing? Straight or split? Straight doubleheader. Great. All right. Can't wait for the Pirates to rock some dog shit minor league pitcher. All right. That's a no-brainer play. I need to add that. Let's head to the comment sections again for half a second. And then we'll see what we got here. All right, that's an official play now. What was the double play? What did we do, Brian? Dodgers, Pirates in game 2. Dodgers, Pirates in game 2. Hope you have a good day, Brian. Pirates, game 2. Dodgers. Thoughts on Cubs F5? I mean, dude, literally nobody's hitting Shoto, man. I mean, nobody. Sure, sign me up. Sign me up. Thanks for that. Hey, let's give an applause to Adrian. We always bag on his A's. He sits here and just cusses me up and down. He's like, that son of a bitch is going to talk shit against my A's. There you go, Adrian. We found a spot. We can do this. We can find a spot when the A's can be successful. We can do that on this show. Yes, we can. How about that, Adrian? Thank you to the A's yesterday. Thank you for the A's that they came through. Thank you for supporting those bastards. You had a couple fans from the show riding with you in support. Let's go, Adrian. That was a great call on the A's. Great call. Yeah, I would say it's an easy call. I'm just looking at the stats, but thank you, Brian. But to me, that's a pretty easy call. The league worst up against, like, what was it, A's top 10 at that point, I think? I mean, hell, probably the same as it is today. Isn't it basically a top 10 offense? No, it's about league average. League average up against bottom feeder. I'm taking that all day, as I said yesterday. It's a no-brainer. Squirrel would be proud of us betting the A's as much as we have this season. Yeah, he would. Yeah, he would. Took him against the Yankees. I'm not scared. I took him against the Yankees, as everybody knows. I ain't scared. I'm betting the numbers. Betting the numbers. Nobody can ever say don't bet the numbers. Nobody will ever sit there and say, yeah, you bet on that team because you think they're going to do this, or you like them, you're a homer, or you like this pitcher, or you like... I don't like anything. I like the stats. That's what I like. I like stats. That's what I like. Ryan Nelson under 15.5 outs. Well, I hate the guy. Let's see. Well, we know the Rangers just, unless they've come up, yeah, they just don't hit right-handers, man. Hitting .211. Their weighted runs created below league average at 86. It's tough. That one's a tough one. Yeah, that was tough. Diamondbacks have a good bullpen, so you could see where there's urgency to get to that bullpen, especially when you compare it to the Rangers bullpen. That one's tough. I probably wouldn't bet that. Either way, probably would just leave that alone. That one's tough. That one's tough. Yeah, no, I am. Actually, I'm going to send a text to Squirrel. See if he can join us next Friday for our send-off. See if we can get the Squirrel in here. What the hell is that kid up to? All right, boys, I'm hanging for 3 more minutes while I craft this tweet that I've added to play. All right. Let's see if any more comments come in while I add this play. I got to get it added because I got the tweet scheduled to come out pretty soon. Pirates F5 run line minus 115. I need to put game 2. That's going to be my first bet of the day, all right? Yeah, first bet of the day. Yeah, I got nothing in game 1, nothing in Cardinals Reds, and nothing in Diamondbacks Rangers. First bet of the day. This game starts at 2:40. This tweet will go out at 12:25. Got to reward the people that hang with me here on my jam. Pirates F5 run line game 2. Sign me up. All right, I'm in. All right. Yeah, tough one there, Nick. Probably just leave it. I mean, it's just bad hitting for the Rangers. You can see where he goes into the 6th inning. That was tough. And I hate that guy, but, you know, I hated Hunter Brown yesterday too. But the Mariners are scuffling on offense, and what does he do? I think he went 6-ish. So, and his out prop is at 15.5. Just not a good matchup. Not a good matchup because the Rangers don't hit right-handers. So that was tough. What do you mean send off next Friday? My June 7th is the last day of school, and then the kids, whether it's good or bad, get to hang out with me all summer. And I just can't commit to YouTube every day, so I'm going to sprinkle in YouTube when I can, do some more Twitter lives, but I can't commit to being here every day at 11 a.m. with those 2 kids hanging out with me every day. I mean, we'll probably be by this time, with the way my kids' behavior is, you got to get their ass outside. So we'll probably be at a park, you know what I mean? So I won't even be in the house to even do a show. So I've announced it a couple of times. I'm doing it maybe every other day going forward. But yeah, just won't be here every day. Still be giving out picks. I mean, I don't have another job. I got to make my money somehow. So still be giving out picks on Twitter, but just won't be hanging out on YouTube every day. So that's what I mean. So no more daily YouTube hang. But we'll still hang. Like I said, I'll do an occasional one. Rainy days, you can probably expect one. Not that you know when it rains in Chicago, but, because then they'll be in the house and maybe I can pull one off, quick one or whatever. No, not leaving forever. Just not consistently going to be here anymore. I would imagine more Twitter lives because I can just hop on like I did this morning, fire out some analysis, do a quick rapid fire, and then just hop off. And, those stay on your timeline. So if you miss the Twitter live, you just, go watch it on replay like you would a YouTube replay. So just not everything. Thank you, Francisco. Appreciate you, man. Any other questions, boys? It's 10:50. 10:50. What else we got, boys? We got 7 bets, just like yesterday. One of ours got rained out yesterday, the injury. It wasn't rained out, it was an injury. So basically saying that minus 115 is the worst bet we got. 5 plus money bets and 2 minus 115 bets. Let's get it, boys. Let's get it, boys. Anything else? One more minute. Anything else? Anything else? Going once, going once, going twice. Sold. Have yourself a great day, boys. Hopefully we can ring that cash register again and call it a Wednesday. Appreciate the hang, boys. I'll catch you later.